Welcome to Muscle Maintenance Within Shape Fitness. I'm Coach Kim, and I'll be your trainer today. Today's workout is called the Independence Day workout. It is the only muscle maintenance workout we'll be doing this week. We've been doing fewer of them. I hope you understand the reason behind that is to get you to go to InMotionWorkouts.com and set up your own customized exercise routines using the same format that we've been using here for a couple of years now. Level 1 for a preconditioning level workout, level 2 for an easier level workout, 3 moderate level, which is what we're doing today. And then at 4 and 5, you're pushing your envelopes really into the body blast, real intense type stuff, compound movements and such. But today's workout is a moderate difficulty workout. I'm celebrating your freedom from the gym. Hopefully you get it at this point. If you are listening as your regular listener to muscle maintenance workouts, you know that I hate the gym. I don't believe people should be going into an exercise facility to get their workouts in, unless they're really specifically training for something and need muscle group-based activity. Most of us just need a really good total body routine, and that's what this is. So let's get started. We're going to start with a standing bicycle. All right, that means you're going to stand up tall. Let's do a quick postural systems check where you get the ears back. You want your ears to line up with your shoulders, and that is a standard across the board for really good posture. You really want to keep those shoulders back, not up, but down and relaxed, but back in line with your ears in order to keep your chest open and to open up your respiration. It prevents tension in your back, your upper back. So you're making sure that that's the case. Your tailbone should be tucked in a little bit, your abs engaged, your feet separated by a couple of inches, maybe shoulder width apart, whatever's comfortable, but make sure your toes don't turn out, right? Good posture has a straight foot, involves a straight foot. Once your toes I can't say it today. Once your toes start turning out, your quads engage to a greater degree, and it masks the effort of the smaller muscles in your legs, the smaller muscles on the sides of your legs, the smaller muscles on the sides of your lower leg and your ankles and your feet. You really don't get a balanced approach to managing your body weight standing up unless your feet are straight. All right, so let's get started with the standing bicycle now. For 30 seconds, you're going to bring your right elbow down and across your body as you bring the left knee up. You meet it, right? Then stretch back out. And then you move the left elbow to the right knee. Same thing, and then stretch back out. All right, exhale as you squeeze, inhale as you stretch back out. Your 30 seconds is going. Make sure this breathing pattern is really, really something you want to work on inherently. Develop the pattern of breathing in through your nose and then exhale through your mouth. You need both parts, but breathing in through your nose is really, really important, and it's something that you probably don't take advantage of on a continual basis, right? So maybe you do an exercise program, or even take some sort of yoga class or meditation type class where you are told that breathing in through your nose is really good for you, but you should try to practice it maybe once an hour as well, just to make sure that you get it, because taking air in through your nose allows your body to moisturize and heat up the air and prevents your fight or flight mechanical, the brain sort of response from activating. Now we're going to do a cross-country ski, and I'll tell you why that's important in just 1 minute. With the cross-country ski, you're going to jump your feet forward and back, scissoring your feet forward and back, keeping your feet straight, your arms up and down as well if you can, or your hands can be on your hips if you want a lighter aerobic load. Your 30 seconds starts now. Remember to land lightly on the balls of your feet, and make sure you keep your knees slightly bent for shock absorption. So getting back to that neural muscular response to your taking air in through your mouth. So when you take air in through your mouth, you activate a sympathetic nervous system, that part of your brain that's really primitive and you don't really control all that well. And what it does is it elevates your heart rate more. It doesn't allow you to control your heart rate as well. So breathing in through your nose, solve that problem, because when you breathe in through your nose, you don't activate the sympathetic nervous system, but rather allow the parasympathetic nervous system to maintain control over your body's response, and therefore you can control your heart rate a little bit better. All right, you are going to elevate your heart rate. We want your heart rate to go up, but you still want to control it. All right, so take that air in through your nose, and then you're going to exhale through your mouth. Now that's your warm-up. We're going to go down to the floor to begin this set. We're going to do 2 sets. There are 6 exercises. The first move gets you into the pike position, otherwise known as downward facing dog. So put your hands on the floor and you want to make a triangle out of your body. All right, your butt should stick up into the air. You hinge at your hips. Your legs should be straight. No bend at the knee, but your heels are probably not going to touch the floor, and that's fine. If you're super flexible, your heels may get real close or touch the floor, but your hands are on the floor. You're using your whole hand. Now you're going to do a squat in this position. All right, that means you're bending the knees. We are really fatiguing the quadriceps here, and you're using your hips and you're using your glutes, activating the flexibility component in the back of the leg, the hamstrings, each time you straighten your legs back out. But all that moves is your knees bend, and then you straighten your legs. Don't shift your body weight forward. All right, so let's start with 30 seconds. Make sure, I'll sound like a broken record because we're going to do quite a few exercises on the floor here, but this is important. You want to use your whole hand, right? Don't just press into your floor with the heel of your hand. Use the top part of your palm and your fingertips. That allows you to better distribute your body weight through your entire arm. Less fatigue on the wrist. 5 seconds. All right. Now lower your knees all the way down to the floor and take a break. Shake out your wrists. We're going to go back to the pike position to begin the next move. I call it a PPP, or pike to plank to push up. All right, so you're going to start in that pike position with your butt in the air. Then you shift your body weight forward until your shoulders line up with your hands. Your butt lowers down and your abs engage. One of the reasons why push-ups are so hard is because you're doing your push-ups in the plank position on your hands. All right, so you're going to do one push-up on your toes. Then as you lift your body up, you're in plank position again, go back to pike, and then start all over. Okay, so 30 seconds, and your time starts now. Make sure that you inhale as you lower the body. You exhale as you push back up from the lowered push-up position back to the push-up starting position or plank, and then back up into your pike position. You are about 10 seconds away here. And we're going to get a second chance to do this, each of the exercises in the second set. We're going to go very quickly through the second set. So try to remember the mechanics. You will not get as much instruction the next time around. All right. Now take a break again. Lower your body back to your knees and shake out your wrists. And now we're going to do some mountain climbers. Okay, so whether you are fit, a level 3 mountain climber is moving both legs at the same time, but if you can't do that, you're going to start back in that plank position, right? The starting position of a push-up with your shoulders directly on top of your hands, in line with your hands, and now you're going to be moving your legs forward and back like you're running up a mountain. Okay? So let's start the clock for 30 seconds. If you fatigue easily or you simply don't have the strength to do this, you move one leg at a time. One knee in, one leg out, one knee in, one leg out. All right, so either way, 30 seconds is a very short period of time, and you've only got 10 more seconds to go. I know when you're in it, sometimes it seems like it's a really long time, but you are 3 seconds from finishing this exercise, and we're going to stand up now. Go ahead and stand up. We're going to do a balance exercise we call the lighthouse. So I want you to stand up really tall. Again, check that posture. You want to make sure that you've got your shoulders back, your abs engaged, your tailbone tucked in, your legs evenly distributing your body weight. And now you're going to go heel to toe or close to that with your arms out to the sides. And then turn your head all the way to the right and then all the way to the left. Your time is going. With the lighthouse move, the only thing moving, of course, is your head, right? So you're gripping the floor with your toes. Go ahead and switch your feet so that the other foot is in the rear. But what's happening here is that by turning your head, you discombobulate your inner ear equilibrium, and that forces your smaller muscles to contract and be engaged. You're gripping the floor tighter. You're squeezing your tummy muscles tighter. You've got pelvic floor muscle squeeze happening, hopefully. All right, now separate your feet shoulder width apart. Let's do a standard squat. You should know that perfect squat by now. If you don't, you want to make sure that you sit down and back into the imaginary chair without letting your knees go past the tips of your toes. And making sure that as you lift up, you squeeze your glutes and press your heels into the floor. Okay, time starts now for 30 seconds. We've got one move after this. Inhale on your way down. All right, big inhale on the way down, in fact. Exhale as you lift back up. You're halfway through. Really focus on using your glutes too as you lift back up. This is one of those exercises where if left to its own devices, your body's going to just work the muscles. Whoa, as I drop my microphone, I apologize for that very bizarre audio disruption. Your body's going to react to the sort of stimulus and response that is, involved in the mechanics of an exercise. So you want to focus on using your glutes as you lift your body up, as opposed to letting the quadricep do all of that work. It will, as you know. All right, now we're going to do a lunge. So let's very carefully, you want to bring your hands to your hips or out to the sides if you want a little more aerobic burn. You're going to take a giant step back with one leg and then bend both knees, keeping your feet straight until your rear leg, the knee almost touches the floor. Right, you want two right angles here. Let's start the clock for 30 seconds and then push back off with that rear foot in order to come back to your starting position, and then alternate your legs. Don't worry the number that you do. Repetitions matter so little when it comes to your maintenance workouts. It's really about putting the time in, and putting the time in thoughtfully with precision and the accuracy of each repetition in mind, so that when at the end of a 30-second or in your a 15-minute routine, you've actually done as much work as a lot of people do in 30, 40, 50 minutes in some cases. Okay, back down on the floor. Let's go right back to the beginning. Pike squat is next, so get your body into the pike position. We're going to skip the break because I'm way over time here. We're going to go into the pike squat, which is where you bend your knees. 30 seconds is going. Remember, with this flow set, the second set always moves very quickly. We're going to go from exercise to exercise without the kind of explanation, education sort of part of it each time. So you're going to go through, you're doing the knee bend and then straightening your leg. You're about 15 seconds in, and just keep breathing. Keep moving. Do not stop. If you get confused, just move in some way until my audio cues sort of give you that next hint of what it is you should be doing in that particular exercise. Okay, now you're going to go from pike to plank to push-up. 30 seconds. Time starts now. Remember, you go from pike, you lower the butt to get into plank. You lower your butt and engage those tummy muscles as your shoulders line up with your hands vertically, and then you do one push-up. And then you go all the way back to the beginning and make them fairly defined entities, right? So make sure you stop at the top of your push-up before you go back to pike position. All right, but the pike position at the top there really does help you. You disengage those tummy muscles so that when you re-engage them, you're not dealing with that added abdominal issue. Though you're going to get it again here in just a second. We're going to the mountain climbers, which we should start now. So move those feet. Mountain climbers, 30 seconds is going. All right, moving your legs forward and back. And keep on breathing. Make sure that your air is coming in through your nose. Exhale, big exhale, out through the mouth. Get that carbon dioxide out of the body. It cannot be used for exercise purposes. For really any purpose, your body naturally just gets carbon dioxide out of your body and into the environment. One good reason to have a lot of plants in your life. I was talking to my daughter about this the other day. You really, do your part. Have as many house plants as you can. Plant a tree if you're able to. Okay, let's stand back up. We're going to do a light house move for balance. So bring your feet into the heel-to-toe position. Hands out to the sides. Time starts now for 30 seconds, turning your head all the way to the right slowly, and then all the way to the left. Slow movement. Doesn't have to be fast to discombobulate your inner ear equilibrium. You really do have no sort of ability to stop that from happening until you have really tight balance muscles. And by balance muscles, I mean the small muscles that reside in your feet, the small muscles that line up the lower part of your leg, the ankle and the lower part of your leg and the top part of your foot, your hip muscles, the inner muscles of your glutes. All right, last 2 moves. Let's do a squat. I'll try to get you out of here just past the 16-minute mark, so we have gone over a little bit today, but it's July 4th. Well, today's actually not July 4th, but you're going to be doing this hopefully on as you progress through your week. You hopefully have Thursday off and Friday for sure, and you are not going to go to the gym because that would just be so sad. What a violation of your independence to feel like you are shackled to the idea of going into your gym on Independence Day when you have the holiday. Okay, finish up with that reverse lunge. Last 30 seconds is going. Keep those tummy muscles tight as you're lunging. You want to make sure as well that the front knee does not go past the tips of the toes on the front foot. All right, it's very important that you mechanically move correctly. So the 30 seconds, again, why you don't care about the repetitions, really focus on making sure that the lunge is correct. As you get better at doing lunges, then you can do them a little bit faster, and it's absolutely wonderful because lunges interact with gravity and you work all the muscles in the lower part of your body. But just take your time as you finish up here. Finish the one that you're on. Thank you so much for joining me for this today. We will be back next week with a completely new routine for muscle maintenance. But again, since we aren't going to be doing quite as many of these each week, we're not doing 5 anymore each week, what I really do want you to do is to decide which difficulty level makes the most sense in terms of where you are for fitness, and create your own customized routines at InMotionWorkouts.com. It's 100% for free. Set up a free account, set up any number of workouts. At some point later in the summer, it won't be completely free, but you will be given all kinds of great deals by setting up a new account when we're still in this beta testing period. So please do that. Again, the address is www.InMotionWorkouts.com. And I'm Kim Watkins from InShape Fitness in New York City. Happy 4th of July. Again, free yourself from the gym. There's no reason to go. With this Independence Day workout, you'll hopefully get a little glimpse of that. Have a great day.